Hello everybody, my name is Big Thingy Large Stano, the internet's laziest music nerd. Everyone who knows me knows I'm a huge MF Doom fan. I've listened to his entire discography multiple times over, I've used some metal finger beats in the background of my videos, and I even have an MF Doom ring.
Today, we'll be discussing the song Cookies off of his second studio album, Food, which is an anagram of his name. Now, like a bunch of other songs off this record, there are two different versions of the track, the original one and the re-release.
It's horrible, one little evening alone home, end up with carpal tunnel syndrome. Here I am, no forgiving, heavy backaches grown, and living off a little Debbie snack cake.
Yeah, just scrap the original because Sesame Street wouldn't clear the sample. You will see why in a minute.
I'm using the original one for this breakdown because I like it way better.
Now that we have that out of the way, let's get started.
One lonely evening alone home, end up with carpal tunnel syndrome.
First line of the song is already iconic and hilarious. The way he says it is just so bouncy. It really fits the silly mood he's going for, especially with the original beat. It also sets the tone for the rest of the song.
Oh, and one thing I noticed is that it's kind of redundant to say a lonely evening alone. Like if you're lonely, I think it's safe to assume you're already alone.
Here I am, no forgiving, heavy backaches grown, and living off a little Debbie snack cake.
The first line could be a reference to an earlier song off the album Hoe Cakes, where he says,
Doom was always known to keep the best girls' backs bent.
This is the first of many snack references.
Here he mentions Lil Debbie, a very popular brand of snack in North America.
In this song, he always refers to girls, or at least pictures of girls, as snacks or cookies. Given that context, I think he's trying to say that while he's a grown man, he still looks at corn, or at least pictures of naked women.
Supposed to be checking emails, all I got is messages from ass-naked females.
What are you looking at me for? Keep playing the song!
Thousands of more horrors on online Gomorrah and Sodom.
So in the Bible, there's a city called Sodom and Gomorrah that's filled with all sorts of debauchery, like girls kissing and guys putting stuff in each other's butts.
Basically my house every other weekday. He's trying to say that what he saw online was as bad as that city. I mean, he had to be looking for it. Cause like while it's very accurate today, this album was released in 2004. And back then the internet was very primitive, so like how could he have known all that stuff was on there?
In Sodom, they got them with their curls out, and they got a better sales pitch than the Girl Scouts. I wonder what I owe her for a whole box of caramel coconut Samoa.
Another cookie reference. This time, the Samoas that the Girl Scouts sell. This line means that Doom is considering asking a girl for nudes.
Okay, honey, sweet dreams. Now it gets very serious like peach creams. A metal hand feels squished it on the quilt. Mrs. wakes up and I'm killed over spilled milk.
Now this whole sequence is one of my favorite parts of the song.
So the villain's wife tells him goodnight and turns to go to sleep. When she's fast asleep, he starts burping the worm and finishes in his hand. End of Ava style. Instead of cleaning it with a tissue or maybe even a rag, Doom rubs it on the sheet that he and his wife are sleeping on. It wakes her up and she gets reasonably upset with him.
Big Friends is another cookie brand that Metalface tries to sneak into this little story. In the 90s, they had this ad campaign that claimed that they were serious cookies for mature adults only. Check out this clip real quick.
Peak Friends are very serious cookies. They're made for grown-up taste. Peak Friends are much too good to waste on children. Oh, they're serious. Very serious. Peak Friends are extraordinarily serious cookies. If you're a grown-up, or plan to be one, you'll know what I mean. Peak Friends are very serious cookies.
I also love the line, killed over spilt milk.
Locked in, looking at your picture, fully clothed winter, and I'm right there with you. Thinking about the last time I split your wishbone. A man could only wish you do the same till he get home.
In these bars and the next few, he talks about his time in jail. If you don't know the villain origin story, let me summarize it for you.
MF Doom, real name Daniel Dumile, was in a rap group in the 90s called KMD, Cause Much Damage, with his brother Sub Rock, the Hip Hop Hendrix, and Onyx. Although just before completing their second album, Black Bastards, Sub Rock tragically passed away in a car accident. His death delayed the album and sent Doom on a downward spiral for 8 years in the 90s. He became homeless and even ended up in jail at some point. BCDCO section.
He raps about his brother and being in the slammer in the song Doomsday off of his first studio album. I find these bars pretty funny and a little sweet.
He's describing a cliche of a man in prison looking at a pinup or hot photo of his wife, but in his case, it's just a nice picture of both of them in the wintertime.
In the last two lines, he just talks about how he misses her and how he wants to do her when he gets out.
Fat chance, at least he got snacks that I have to do till a brother get back. Until then, smack one-eye Jack and hope one of his peoples could hook him with a tri-pack. That's 3 different flavors, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry wafers.
This is another example of Doom using snacks as a metaphor for pics of girls. He's hoping another inmate will give him 3 different pinups. One of a black woman, a white woman, and I honestly don't know what he means by the strawberry. I'm thinking indigenous because of the redskin stereotype, but I don't know.
He acting all hard, about to get beat up. I saw him what time it is once I get this sheet up. As soon as he fell off the beat down, all I hear is 13 cell, put the sheet down. Damn, CO, what the hell does she know? Besides the fact she want a back dugout on the D-low.
This is another favorite of mine. I know what you're thinking though. BL, he's just talking about beating up his cellmate. But it's much more than that.
He acting all hard, about to get beat up. I saw him what time it is once I get this sheet up. As soon as he fell off the beat down, all I hear is 13 cell, put the sheet down.
Notice how the voice for the CO is the same voice for the SO. It's basically just his wife telling him to knock it off. When I first heard this line, I thought he was catcalling his correctional officer, but no, he's just flirting with his wife.
Watching Bet on Jabs for knowledge on file. Every other commercial, college hoes gone wild.
In this line, Doom references the commercials that used to play on black entertainment television in the early 2000s, called Girls Gone Wild. They would go to those popular American cities during spring break and ask young, adult women to perform lewd acts.
Don't mess with the Ritz bits, wheat thins, saltines, and Triscuits. No, Mozzos and cheeses.
This is also another favorite of mine.
Listen to all of the snacks you name. Ritz, wheat thins, saltines. What do all of these have in common?
Also, try saying Ritz Bits 5 times fast. This is the villain subliminally telling us that he does not want a high maintenance woman. This part is actually genius.
Cat sugar fits every time you see a nice pair of Chips Ahoy double chocolate chunk.
Some classic Doom misdirection. Here's another example.
And I wish they fixed the door to the Matrix's mad glitches. Spit so many verses, sometime my jaw twitches. One thing this party could use is more booze. Put yourself in your own shoes. Something with the bubble and the junk in the trunk. Even the Oreo, no matter what the weather. Always kept it dipped in milk and stuck together.
I think Danny D is talking about light-skinned women when he says Oreos. And I imagine the type of milk he's talking about is the same type of milk he spilled earlier.
In the game, he's shameless. Even uses a code name, famous Amos. Cheaper than a short stay at the Days Inn and good like 25-cent oatmeal raisin. Give it up to who invented the camera. Never mind the gingerbread man or the grandmas.
These lines have 5 cookie references. The first one is Famous Amos, named after the late and great Wallace Amos. The second is just oatmeal raisin cookies, graham crackers, animal crackers, and the grandma's brand.
Make sure she don't wake from a dream chill or get caught with a handful of cream filled.
In this line, he's referencing his earlier experience with his wife, and he's giving advice to those who might be in the same situation later in life. Have you given this track a listen? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What did you rate it? He's the best. He's the best. What should I review next? If you don't subscribe, you'll make me cry. Hit the bell as well. Yes! And I even have an MF Doom ring. Good. The way he says it is just so bouncy. It really fits the... What are you looking at me for? Keep playing the song. Okay, so. Right, hit the bell as well.